Hello, my Maple Leaf fans. Welcome to the pregame conference for tonight's game with the Philadelphia Flyers. I will take you live to the conference. Just remember, I have the updates and I have the highlights for you tonight at midnight after tonight's game. Enjoy the pregame.
And real fruit, it had to be named Welch's Juicefuls. See the juice, taste the fruit. Welch's Juicefuls.
If it raises your eyebrow, it should raise questions. Check the facts before you share online. Learn more at canada.ca/disinformation. A message from the Government of Canada.
Really rose to the occasion and big 2 points. Always difficult when it puts you to the point where you're unable to suit up, but do what you can to recover as quickly as possible and cheer on the guys from afar, and had a great game the other night. Obviously amazing to see, Bobby wasn't expected to play to go in and have the night like he did, so created a great opportunity for many guys, and specifically him, and really rose to the occasion. And big 2 points against a good team, and obviously as a group we want to follow that up today.
Yeah, John, was going to say, the way the group played it, just played defensively and everything else, they take that forward now.
Yeah, I think that's been a little bit of our season. We've had some really good games and weeks or stretches of hockey where we've defended really, really well, and how we have to kind of continue that on and really have that foundation build from there. So that's obviously the challenge, to do it each and every night against different opponents. And I think that was some of the emphasis today, and it's still some of the areas that we need to really be really good in, just because of our opponent's strengths, specifically off the rush and transition, which we can still continue to be a lot better. And knowing the type of team we're playing today, how good they are in that area, how well they play through the neutral zone, the strength of that. So, but I think something we want to build on and understand how that can bring a lot of success for us.
Coming off an illness, not exactly the same as an injury, but how did the legs feel this morning? Like, what's it like getting back up to speed coming off of that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you've had a couple of days since you've been on the ice, so you haven't really been exerting yourself. But obviously, your body's been fighting pretty hard, and you can get pretty drained depending on what your intake-wise, whether it's hydration or food and things like that. So. It wasn't so bad getting out there this morning. So, but obviously the next 8 hours still crucial for me to do what I need to do to give myself, to be at my best and go out there and make an impact and play well and help the team.
So were you able to watch then on Tuesday night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your perspective on how things have played out with Morgan? We haven't talked to you since I think Saturday night, like 5-game suspension. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we think it's high. I think. I don't think his intent was to get him as high as he did, but I think we want to stand our ground when situations like that happen. No different than when someone bumps your goalie, sprays your goalie with snow, a shot after the whistle, anything like that. So I thought. I think he probably will speak for himself when the time comes, but. Just how he can handle it in a certain way, and obviously not leading to him missing games. But I think we love the response that he showed and sticking up for the group, and the way we compete and stand our ground and play for the logo on our chest. So he represents that more than anyone, I think, in this hockey club. So obviously we support him greatly and love him as a teammate and how he leads.
How do you think Tyler's managing this bout of kind of bad puck luck? It seems like he's getting lots of looks. But...
Yeah, he's playing really well. I mean, that's all you can really do is just continue to go out there and you have good habits, be relied upon in all 3 zones, and just continue to stay with it and create opportunities and get looks. And obviously, once one falls, you start to feel a little bit lighter. things start trending in the right direction. So, he's playing really good. I thought that him playing with Max and Robbie the other night played really, really well. Created a lot of opportunities. Did so many good things. So I think it's just kind of keep on going and obviously keep believing in yourself and stay with it. So. He's got the support from the guys in here and obviously the belief from us as well.
It wasn't that long ago that you went through something similar. Like, how would you describe that feeling when the first one does go in?
Yeah, it's just a good feeling. It's just been a while, so it's just kind of like finally, especially when you're doing good things and you're creating opportunities, just to finally break through. Obviously, to be rewarded goes a long way, especially. As an offensive player that's created a lot of offense, had a lot of success there throughout your career. I don't think you start questioning things, but you try not to allow frustration or negativity kind of creep in and just focus on what you're doing well and continue to stay with it. And then obviously when it comes, it's obviously rewarding.
So what did your phone look like after the hat-trick performance the other night?
It was pretty busy for sure. A lot of texts, a lot of people reaching out they hadn't heard from for a while even, which is really nice. It's nice to hear from everybody. And it's nice to know that they're always watching and paying attention.
Which one stood out, I guess, if you had to pick one from the past?
I think, I don't know. I just love the ones from like family and stuff because those are the people that have been there all the way. I love talking to my dad. Yesterday, I didn't call him right after because he was going to bed. He's got an early bedtime, but called him yesterday and chatted about it. And I think just being able to relive it a little bit with him and talk through it was pretty cool.
What did he say?
I think he's still a little bit shocked. I think he thought it was pretty sweet. He watched it again yesterday, he said, last night, and he's just like it was sweet to see each goal individually and how different each one was fun to watch.
You watch the whole game or just the goals?
No, I think he probably just watched the goals. Actually, he might have watched the whole game and just not told me about it. I'm sure he's watched my shifts many times. I think he just loves the hockey.
So what's the key for you to follow that up tonight? I
got to go 3 goals again. No, just sticking with the recipe that working hard and making sure the details are right and playing their guys hard and being hard on the forecheck, and I think hopefully everything will keep falling into place.
Guys talk about when they get one, it goes to their legs. Like, do you feel like you have a little extra energy since that night?
Yeah, I think you see that with anybody who gets, especially a goal earlier in the game. You feel a little bit more juice in your legs, a little bit more emphasis on your stride, and I think that helps you kind of propel you through the game. It's always exciting to score a goal in an NHL building, especially at home. It's really exciting. I think you get a little bit of that adrenaline and a little bit more excitement.
What's it like for the team to see some of the sick guys back on the ice this morning?
It's awesome. Love having Johnny in the room, such a presence. Mitch is back. Should be a good voice, and he eats a lot of minutes and does a lot of good things for us, so it'll be exciting to have him back.
What stands out about the Flyers? Kind of a bit of a surprise team this season.
Yeah, maybe not what was expected, but I think their offensive ability, their speed, they come hard on the transition. So we just got to try and slow them down and get in front of them, I think.
Expectation right now that you get the 3 sick players back tonight?
Yeah.
Anything have to happen during the day, Sheldon, for that to happen, or?
They look like they're good to go, so that's how we're approaching it right now.
What stands out to you about the Flyers, and why do you think they've been able to kind of exceed expectations this season?
Well, I just think, a lot of the young players have taken big steps. They've just played hard. I think they've played at a playoff level and playoff intensity, playoff mindset from the start of the season, and with that, with some good talent and depth that it serves you well. They don't beat themselves. They make it hard to get to their net, 5-on-5 and penalty kill, and then they are killing teams in transition. Like they're as dangerous as anybody on the rush in the entire league. So we've had some troubles with that here of late. So we've got to clean that up. Including the other night against St. Louis, we got away with a bunch that didn't show up. We broke up plays before it got to our net, or the opposition didn't execute. So that's as well as we played the other night. If we don't improve that area of the game here tonight, it's going to be tough.
Do you anticipate you can use the guys who are coming back the same way you usually would, or do you have to worry or look at their energy levels coming off the illnesses?
Yeah, you always got to be mindful of it. Seems they're they're doing well. Willie in particular, who obviously played less than 100%, seems to bounce back really well. But yeah, anytime you got guys coming back, same with injuries and stuff. But they haven't missed long. But it's the type of illness they had. It's you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll monitor it, kind of take it from there.
Given that the illness has been making its way through the room, is anyone questionable for tonight?
No, it seems like we're okay right now. Anyhow, but we thought it was just John the other night, and then Mitch shows up just before game time and is going through it. So yeah, it's just anytime it goes through, you're always nervous with it because you don't know when it's going to pop up. But it seems like we're okay right now.
There's a bug going through a room. Is there do you fall back on some of the stuff that was extreme during COVID? But are there different things that the team would have maybe not done pre-pandemic in terms of separating guys?
No, I don't think we take it to that extreme. I think in general, though, since pandemic and such, there's a lot of other precautions that are taken in terms of sanitizing things and keeping, our medical staff, training staff, equipment staff, all those. They're very mindful of these kind of things. We discussed the other day about whether we take the day off yesterday just to keep the players away from each other for the day, and anybody who's under the weather gives them a chance to recover. We just thought, let's just press on and hope that it gets hope that it's isolated. A bunch of our guys have already gone through this earlier this season, so we're hoping that we're past it.
Last couple of years, you've kind of had your playoff spot kind of sewing up, and I think you knew you were playing Tampa for like 5 months last year. So you're focused on getting your team game in the right place. Having your feet more to the fire this year, while it's uncomfortable perhaps, do you see the silver lining in terms of using that urgency like you saw the other night against St. Louis with a depleted lineup where you feed off that urgency?
Yeah, we've talked about that. I think it's a healthy thing. Now, I'm saying it's a healthy thing I'm talking about because that's where we're living right now, But I do think there's something to it for sure. Where every day you've got to earn it. Every day you're in a fight. I talked about the success that Philadelphia is having this season. To me, when I've checked in on them, and certainly been preparing for this game, you see that they're playing it with a playoff intensity right from the start of the season. That's carried them through this, through the season to be a real tough team to play against. I think that's really where you want to be at when the playoffs come around. And for us, we're going to have to play to that level, similar with the type of urgency and commitment like we had the other night, even more so in order to get in the playoffs. So it's that tight, and the league all around us has improved as well, so that's a factor too. So yeah, we expect to be in the fight till the end.
What's the latest on that? Cali looked like he was out on the ice this morning.
Yeah, it's just I think he skated yesterday as well. It's just kind of getting his legs back going again. He's still not to the point where he's handling pucks or anything like that. My understanding is he's got a checkup coming here in a few days, just another X-ray to see how things are healing before he takes the next step. With the nature of the injury, I think because he can start skating, we're hopeful that once the strength comes back and everything's healed, that we'll be able to get him back in the mix pretty quickly from there. That's the one benefit of the upper body versus lower body type injuries. So we're hopeful it's not too much longer, but he's not close right now.
Any more clarity on a timeline for Jones?
Not so much. I think another good day here today, though. It's a day-to-day thing. They got to continue to work with him and make sure that he can stay loose and be pain-free and all of that. But he won't be available tonight.
What is his injury?
I don't know. It's an injury.
Yeah, we haven't seen Giordano on the ice for the morning skates this week. Is that tied to what the injury is going through, or is that just low maintenance type thing?
No, it's tied to it. It's not overly comfortable for him to have a skate on right now. He's fine when he has it on, but the on and off and all that kind of stuff doesn't serve him well on the same day in particular. So yeah, he's reluctantly stayed off.